Okay, we're here. We're gonna go ahead and plant a few vegetables today. And what we gone ahead and done is I'm over here at Amazon. If you can find this anywhere locally, you can go ahead and do that. Um, these are for doing a quick and easy raised bed garden. Super cheap. This is the biggest one, which is the original size. It gives you 13.5 feet of growing space for $36.57. I think that one is the best deal for the money because you get the most amount of space. They also have a junior one that is 7.1 feet of growing space, um, which which we're not going to be working with today. We're going to be working with the mini version, super small, because we're going to be having it on a table outside. So that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be working with 3.1 feet of growing space, and this is 24 inches wide by 8 inches tall. Holds 2.1 cubic feet of soil or planting mix. So we're going to go ahead and plant out there. I recommend using smart pots for many reasons. It allows more aeration to your roots, keeps them cool, acting kind of like a swamp cooler on the side because air goes through the side, and when it's wet, it keeps it nice and cool. Also prevents your roots from getting bound together, because when they hit the side, they do what they call as air pruning, and what happens is they split up and start and develop new and healthy new starts and new roots, besides getting all bound together, getting super tight, and then cutting off nutrients to certain roots. So it's a win-win here. So we got some organic mix outside, and we're gonna go ahead and mix it and show you what's going down here in Hawaii. Alright, today we're gonna be planting some broccoli, some wintergreen cauliflower, these two from seeds, and then I got two butter crunch lettuce, one cilantro. Oh, this one's parsley. Cilantro. Italian parsley, okay. And a UH long green eggplant. UH long. I wonder if that's University of Hawaii. I don't know. I gotta figure that out. So we're gonna get this going. So as you can see, we have some Kellogg's all natural enriched soil compost. We got over here Gardener's all-purpose compost planting mix for all plants, mulching needs. And over here I got the best one, which I wish I could use some more of, the Fox Farm Ocean Forest. And this has more of the good stuff that you're gonna need, because it's got a lot of earthworm castings and bat guano. This Kellogg's may or may not have bat guano in it or not, but I know this Ocean Forest does too. I wish it had a little bit more perlite. That's just my opinion, but for a little bit more drainage. But you can use perlite, vermiculite, to allow more drainage. Little rocks even, I know people use to allow more drainage, so it doesn't absorb, it just drains through all the way completely. So I'm gonna go ahead, I've already poured some of this down, I'm gonna go ahead and mix it in over here in these two big bad beds. Big bag beds. It's hard to say. But as you fill them in, remember, break it up. You don't want anything hard. And then they will form and complete themselves. Let's see. Go ahead and start this and go from there. Added some of the Kellogg's and the gardener's soil. Just kind of want to break up all this composted shit. Got acorn castings, that going out, and all kinds of trace minerals, because you want to get rock dust, yeah, and trace minerals to bring minerals back, because they get diminished over time. There's also a bunch of beneficial micronutrients in here. Oh yeah, make sure to take off all your rings. I always forget to do that. Explain that. Wet and soil. Align nutrients and using General Organics Complete Line Nutrients. So, go ahead and show you that in a little bit. And we have the OMRI listed organic. I know the Fox Farm isn't listed like that, but I know for a fact it's organic. Not all things have to go through their little test for that place to be organic, but to get the certification you have to pay money. Yeah. So Kellogg's has a lot more money and overhead than Fox Farm, I would assume. Corner. I think I'm gonna do the lettuce, because here in Hawaii I don't want it to flower out. So I'm gonna put, what I was gonna do is end up cutting these into fours. So I'll put 1, 2, 3, 4 things in here. See if I can grab this camera. I need to get the my quick release plate for my tripod, so that's coming in the mail. Lost that piece, but way you can see it a little bit better where I'm at. Dogs are just hanging out, but alright, let's do it to it. You can do them from seeds or from clones. These ones are clones, and this is just easier for me to do, because this is $1.48, and I can start it off, and this is cheaper. Even if these flower out, which here in Hawaii, when they're in the sun, what will happen is they'll grow a bunch and then they'll flower out. When it flowers out, it doesn't taste good no more. It tastes funky, and then it starts to just die off, and it lets the seeds go, and then drops the seeds, because it's an annual, so it does its thing and then drops the seeds, and then hopefully a seed that it dropped will propagate it again. But this was the butterscotch, I believe it was. Yeah, or
lettuce butter crunch. So that's some strain I have there. I'm giving them ample space to be apart because I want them to grow good, so they're not too close together. Because that's what I learned. A lot of the things over the years of planting, I just get overexcited and I end up planting too much, and planting too much ends up making you not get as good of a harvest. So having more plants doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get a greater harvest. You got to read what it says on the seed packs and or do a little research on the strand of clone of species you're going to be planting. So let's see, let me get on this. The two back ones, I'm going to go ahead and plant got here. I think I'm gonna go ahead and do the cauliflower back there, which this guy could have probably got some more sun, huh? We'll see how it goes. But I know this Italian parsley, it's gonna want a little shade. Not gonna want too much. Sun. Parsley is in. So, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to plant an eggplant right here. And 2 broccolis right here. And a cauliflower. Just trying to make sure I got everything that I wanted to plant here. All stuff all over the table. Alright, so cauliflower. Go ahead and get this in here, some more cauliflower. No, that's that. I have to do this one. Go ahead and put it on. This eggplant, UH long green eggplant. I don't know if that's UH Gila or a different strand, and that has nothing to do with that. So I think that has to do. I think that's University of Hawaii long green eggplant. But anyways, they're good. the other 2 corners. I wish I could have got this from Clone, but I didn't have any there. So like that. Let me go get my labels, and I'll be right back. Alright, so I came back here. These are what I have for today. I don't necessarily recommend these. Jumbo craft steaks. I thought they would be really good. And they look really good at first, but what happens is the ink ends up fading off of here, and the wood isn't protected at all, so it ends up rotting in here and snapping off, and you end up losing them. So I don't usually write these because I have really bad handwriting, but doing it today. I just want to get everything. I don't necessarily label too much strands. I might in the future, if I get more space and more room, then I can grow way more different strands of lettuce. How it's the butter crunch lettuce. I'm just gonna go ahead and put lettuce on the label because me and my wife are gonna be the ones to eat it anyways, and whatever I have out here, I have out here. When I grab, when I usually make stuff, and I usually like to just have lettuce here at the house rather than buying it. It's even cheaper just to, even if you're not a good gardener, to just go buy lettuce and plant it, and then when you want to use lettuce, like 5 times a week or more, depends on how much your family uses it. But my family can make a salad every night if you want to, so. Taco salad, leaves for that, and I have lots of spinach here too. If you've got a lot of land, I would recommend labeling all your strands. That way you can specifically know, and you can have a different taste every time. I save all these little things because maybe you want to make some clones. Perfect example, the tomatoes, because you have to take off the suckers off the tomatoes if you want to have really, really good, strong tomatoes. It's best to take off the suckers. You can use these cups and fill them with soil and give clones to your friends and family. That way you don't even have to, they're all in little professional things, like if you were to buy it from the store. Just recycle and reuse. So I'm going to go ahead and get some water. Water these guys, and then give you a quick last view, overview of them, and I think we're done. Okay, for the first week here, I'm going to go ahead and just give it straight water. I'm hooked up to city water, so our pH usually is a little high, but we're doing this outside, so ideally, if you were controlling the water situation, you would want to use RO water, or reverse osmosis water. Second would be rainwater from runoff, and even I bet you could get your rainwater and store it and then run it through an RO filter and it would be even better because there would be absolutely no fluoride, even any trace elements. But we're doing this inside. If we were doing it in the greenhouse over there, I could control the water intake, meaning it's going to rain, and the rain is going to be changing the pH anyways. So there's going to be no need for pH meters because it's going to rain and there's going to be elements. This is 100% organic style. There's going to be stuff from the wind, all kinds of stuff. So we're not going to do that. We're just going to go on our city water for today. I'm not adding any nutrients for right now, but when I do start doing the nutrients, I'm going to be using General Organics complete line. BioThrive Grow, BioThrive Bloom, CalMag Plus, BioRoot, BioWeed, BioBud, BioMarine, and Diamond Black. Now you can go ahead and see on the back of here, gives little descriptions of everything, and the feeding schedule is right there. You can go ahead and look it up if you want online, but you can see all the nutrients, 3 base nutrients in each one. You can see the bases 4, 3, 3, 2, 4, 4. The CalMag isn't showing me that, but BioRoot 1, 1, 1. So it gets the whole line of nutrients it's going to need for its whole life cycle. And it also says on here that there's no need to check your pH because these elements together, when working together, they help to maintain the proper pH. So that helps great amount. So this just happens to be the Go Box with a bunch of smaller bottles, and you get the whole line. I recommend doing that first if you are on a budget, and also too, if you're not going to go through the nutrients that quickly, you do not want to buy a large amount of nutrients because they do expire. Once you pop the top on here, it's just like any other thing. Like, you got to use it within so long before it goes bad. I've opened nutrient bottles that have been too old, and you can smell it's rotten. It's no good anymore. So just make sure you're getting them not old, super old. So see. Just lightly water because they're the seeds, so you don't want to sink them down. So I'm going to go ahead and check back here in a month on these, and we'll go from there. I have 2 more raised beds being ordered right now in the mail, so they're going to end up going right here. I got to clean up all this other shit. And alright, so we'll see it when we come back here. Say bye.